Today's video is the episode 3 of our COVID-19 series, and we're gonna have a nursing drug study of remdesivir, which is the medication that is being used to treat COVID-19. If you want to know more about that, stay tuned. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Nia Gavin. I'm a registered nurse and I do have a degree in medical surgical nursing. I create nursing educational contents to help nursing students with their studies. If that's something that you are interested in, consider subscribing. If you're already a subscriber though, thank you so much for your love and support. I see you. I upload my nursing educational contents 2 to 3 times in a week, so don't miss that out. Subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so that you will be the very first to watch my newest uploads. Also, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and share with your friends because that will really help me know that you like to see more contents like this. You guys ready? Let's do this. Hi everybody, how are you guys doing? Today we're gonna have another nursing discussion, and this is the episode 3 of our COVID-19 series. If you haven't watched the other videos I created for COVID-19 where I discuss about modes of transmission, epidemiology, pathophysiology, and all of those good stuff, signs and symptoms, I'll be putting it here. You check that out, baby. For today, we're going to discuss about remdesivir, which we all know that is a drug that is being used to treat COVID-19. We're gonna have a thorough nursing drug study about remdesivir.
Hi everyone, welcome back to our formal discussion ng ating nursing drug study ng remdesivir, o yung ating RDV. So, I'll be providing some helpful links on the description box for your study. If you want to go thorough and if you want to find out where the websites I use to create this discussion, I suggest that you check the links on the description box. So, we all know that remdesivir is actually the treatment used for COVID-19. Now, let me put it out there, you guys. Remdesivir is not specifically created or made for COVID-19. It's actually made for, or a first line of choice if you're gonna treat Ebola. But since we really don't have any specific medication for treatment of your COVID-19, remdesivir is actually used to treat that. Mamaya sa mechanism of action, i-discuss natin kung bakit effective ang COVID-19, ang remdesivir sa treatment ng yung COVID-19. Now you guys, this is actually a series of our episode 3 na to ng ating COVID-19 series. If you haven't watched the previous series na previous discussion ng ating COVID-19, I'll be putting it on the icon button. We're gonna discuss drug class, drug name, generic name, nursing brand name, dosage, route, frequency. We're also gonna discuss mechanism of action, indications, contraindications, adverse effects, nursing responsibilities, and you gotta listen to me because we're gonna have a short quiz later on. Alright, so let's begin. Drug class, drug name, generic name, nursing brand, name, dosage, route, and frequency. Okay, eto na siya. So drug name, remdesivir. Class, antiviral agent. Brand name, Veklury. Generic name, remdesivir. Let's discuss dosage, route, and frequency. So for COVID-19, the initial dose is 200 mg IV, followed by 100 mg IV every 24 hours for 5 days. Now you need to pay attention, you guys, because the duration can be extended for additional 5 days if no clinical response. Hence, meron tayong 10 days of therapy for remdesivir. So 10 days for patient requiring mechanical ventilation in or ECMO, yung ECMO. In the recent open label study, serious adverse events were observed at higher rate in patients receiving 10-day of treatment compared to 5-day treatment. While there was no significant difference in the clinical outcomes in patients who were not in ECMO or on mechanical ventilation. Administration instructions. Listen, you guys. Infuse each dose over 30 to 120 minutes in total volume up to 250 ml of normal saline. Alright? So, anong gusto kong tandaan mo dito, nurses? Initial dose mo, 200 mg. Succeeding dose mo is 100 mg every 24 hours po siya for the first for 5 days. May mga ilan-ilan na nagpo-proceed ng 10 days. Ano-ano yun? Yung mga patients na requiring mechanical ventilation, yung mga severe cases na to. But I want you to really be mindful of this medication because remdesivir is hepatotoxic and nephrotoxic. So we're gonna discuss that later on. Nurses, ano pa yung mga gusto kong tandaan mo? May mga required labs po tayo prior of initiation of your remdesivir therapy. All patients must have creatinine clearance calculated and liver enzymes obtained before initiation of therapy. Daily LFTs monitoring is also required, or yung ating liver function test. Remdesivir should not be initiated in patients with ALT more than 5 times the upper limit of normal at baseline. Next, we're going to discuss mechanism of action. So, let's read this. As an adenosine nucleoside triphosphate analog, the active metabolite of remdesivir interferes with the action of viral RNA-dependent RNA polymerase and evades proofreading by viral exoribonuclease, causing a decrease in viral RNA production. In some viruses, such as respiratory syncytial virus, it causes the RNA-dependent RNA polymerase to pause, but it's predominantly effect on Ebola. This is actually to induce the irreversible chain termination. Unlike with many other chain terminators, this is not mediated by preventing addition of the immediate subsequent nucleotide, but instead delayed occurring after 5 additional bases have been added to the growing RNA chain. For the RNA-dependent RNA polymerase of MERS-CoV, SARS-CoV-1, and SARS-CoV-2, arrest of RNA synthesis occurs after incorporation of 3 additional nucleotides. Hence, remdesivir is classified as a direct-acting antiviral agent that works as a delayed chain terminator. Di ba wala ka naintindihan? Okay, isa-simplify natin yan. So, sa mga previous natin din discussion, dinalakay natin yung life cycle o yung process ng replication ng ating SARS-CoV-2. Huwag malilito kasi nasa mechanism of action lang tayo. Bibigyan kita ng madaling paraan kung paano mo mas maalala kung paano may epektong gamot na to. Panoorin mo yung mga previous nating discussion about COVID-19, ha? Diniscuss ko doon and thoroughly yung life cycle at mechanism of transmission ng iyong SARS-CoV-2 pati yung pathophysiology. I-brush up lang natin to. Nakapasok ng SARS-CoV-2 sa katawan ng pasyente, saan yung dediretso? Sa ating respiratory tract. Once na nasa lung parenchyma na siya, saan siya pupunta? Sa alveoli. Sa alveoli natin may tatlong structures ka na gusto kong tandaan mo. Ano yun? Type 1, Type 2 pneumocyte at ang iyong macrophage. Type 1 responsible sa saan? Gas exchange. Type 2, saan siya responsible? Sa surfactant. Surfactant ang ginagamit para ma-decrease yung surface tension, hindi magkaroon ng lung collapse. Yung macrophage, saan naman siya? Saan siya? Defense siya. Siya yung guard. Siya yung nag-a-attack ng mga virus, viral, bacteria na pumapasok sa ating alveoli. Okay? Now, saan nag-a-attach ang ating SARS-CoV-2? Sa type 2 pneumocyte. Type 2, this is your type 2 pneumocyte, you guys, okay? At para makapasok siya sa type 2 pneumocyte, itong S-spike niya, ito. Gagamitin niya para i-attach saan? Sa ating ACE2 receptor. Ito yung ating receptor. Ito yung padlock niya. Okay, once na na-attach na tong ACE2, itong S-spike dito sa ACE2 receptor, it will now enter the type 2 pneumocyte. And what will it do? What will it do initially? It will release this. Ano tong ganito? Nasa loob niya. Inaral natin ang anatomy ng ating SARS-CoV-2. Ito ang positive single-stranded RNA niya. Once the positive single-stranded RNA has been released sa ating type 2 pneumocyte dito sa ating cytoplasm, right? May dalawa siyang pwedeng gawin. Una, pwede niyang gamitin yung ribosome ng ating type 2 pneumocyte to create polyproteins in the process of translation. Remember? At habang sinisynthesize ito, gagamitin niya itong single-stranded RNA na to. Kukuha siya ng isang enzyme. Mag-a-attract siya ng isang enzyme. Ito yung RNA-dependent RNA polymerase natin to what? To create more single-stranded RNA. Balik tayo dito sa polyproteins na to. Ginamit mo yung ribosome to create polyproteins in the process of translation, right? Itong polyproteins na to, it will need another enzyme called proteinases to what? To create viral components. Ito na yung mga other viral components natin. If you have viral components here and you have positive single-stranded RNA, kinumbine mo sila, magbabat out yan, and you just created a process of tons and tons of SARS-CoV-2 virus. Now, balik tayo sa mechanism of action natin. Ang sabi ang remdesivir natin, ano yung tinatarget niya? Ito. RNA-dependent RNA polymerase. Ini-interfere niya itong action, viral action ng RNA-dependent RNA polymerase. Kasi remember, itong RNA-dependent RNA polymerase na to, ito ang kailangan ng positive single-stranded RNA ng SARS-CoV-2 to create more positive single-stranded RNA. Kapag in-interfere to ng remdesivir mo, sa tingin mo makakagawa ka pa ng SARS-CoV ng positive single-stranded RNA mo? Hindi na. Pwede ka pang makagawa ng tons of polyproteins. Remember? Kasi ang kailangan mo lang naman doon ay gamitin mo yung ribosome and create or have that process of translation to create polyproteins. You can still have polyproteins and get the proteinases and make your the other components of the other viral components. But if you don't have the positive single-stranded RNA, you cannot really create a SARS-CoV-2 virus. You cannot really replicate SARS-CoV-2 virus. Remember? So, ito yung tinatarget ng ating remdesivir. Pinakasimple. Okay? Gets? Alright, let's talk about indications. Okay, remdesivir is an investigational agent, not FDA approved. Pag sinabing investigational agent, this is not FDA approved as per US. That has been authorized for use in the US by FDA under an emergency use authorization, o yung tinatawag nating EUA, for treatment of suspected or laboratory confirmed SARS-CoV-2 infection in adults and children hospitalized with severe diseases. Guys, severe diseases. How are we gonna define severe diseases? Yung mga patients with SpO2 level of less than 94% on room air, or those patients who's requiring for supplemental oxygenation, or patients requiring mechanical ventilations, or requiring extracorporeal membrane oxygenation. Ito na yung ECMO. Next, contraindications. Nurses, syempre, hypersensitivity to remdesivir or any components of the formulation. This is as per FDA. So you need to really pay attention sa history taking, and you need to really be familiar with the formulation ng ating remdesivir before initiation of the therapy. Next, adverse effects. Now, we need to understand that adverse effects is different from side effects. When we talk about adverse effects, ito yung mga unwanted, mga hindi mo dapat maasahan, hindi mo gustong makita sa pasyente mo nagre-remdesivir. Kasi meaning, nagiging nephrotoxic na siya or hepatotoxic na to sa iyong pasyente. Aralin natin to, ha? The most common adverse effect in studies of remdesivir for COVID-19 include respiratory failure and organ impairment, including low albumin, low potassium, low count of red blood cells, low count of platelets that help with clotting and yellow discoloration of the skin. Other reported side effects include gastrointestinal distress, elevated transaminase levels in the blood, liver enzymes, and infusion site reaction. Other possible side effects of remdesivir include infusion-related reactions. What is infusion-related reactions, you guys? When we talk about infusion-related reactions, this have been seen during a remdesivir infusion or around the time remdesivir was given. Signs and symptoms of infusion-related reactions may include low blood pressure, hypotension, nausea, vomiting, sweating, and shivering. Increases in levels of liver enzymes seen in abnormal liver blood tests. Increases in levels of liver enzymes have been seen in people who have received remdesivir, which may be a sign of inflammation or damage to the cells in the liver. What did I tell you? This is very hepatotoxic. Anong gagawin mo? Nursing action natin, discontinue administration immediately and contact your provider. Nursing responsibilities. So, we're gonna discuss this, guys. Prior to administration, syempre, hindi mawawala ang ating rule ng ating rights. So, check the rights of medication, administration, right patient, right drug, right dose, right route, right time, right documentation. Check if patient has history of allergy, hypersensitivity to remdesivir or its components. Now, you also need to make sure that you have your baseline laboratories. Baseline renal and hepatic function should be obtained for ordering remdesivir. Ano naman yung nursing consideration mo during and post-administration? You need to have a separate line. Now, no studies on Y-side administration with other medications. Flush the line with at least 30 ml of normal saline after remdesivir administration is complete. Standard procedures for pharmaceutical waste disposal should be followed for disposal of materials that have come in contact with remdesivir. Nurses, tandaan mo, balikan ko lang, i-point out ko lang, kapag nakanotice ka ulit ng adverse reaction mo, yung infusion-related reaction, what you're gonna do? Discontinue the administration administration and contact your doctor. What are those infusion-related reactions? Hypotension, nausea, vomiting, diaphoresis, and shivering. Okay, what are the criteria for discontinuation of remdesivir? And this is actually will prompt the nurse to notify his or her doctor. ALT greater than or equal to 5 times the upper limit of normal. ALT elevation with signs of symptoms of liver inflammation or increasing conjugated bilirubin alkaline phosphatase or INR. Estimated glomerular filtration rate less than 30 ml per minute. This is actually the best test to measure your level of kidney function and determine the stage of kidney disease. So what is an ALT test? Reviewin lang natin to. Alanine aminotransferase ALT test measures the level of ALT in your blood. ALT is an enzyme made by cells in your liver. The liver is the body's largest gland. It has several important functions: making proteins, strong vitamins and iron, removing toxins from your blood, producing bile, which aids in digestion. Normal values natin, nurses, very important. Ranges from 29 to 33 units per liter. Now that's for males, but if you're gonna talk about females, it's 19 to 25 units per liter. But this value can vary depending on the hospital. This range can be affected by certain factors, including gender, and of course ang ating age. Now your GFR, yung estimated glomerular filtration rate, this is actually a best indicator for us nurses to determine how much kidney function you have. As kidney disease gets worse, the GFR number goes down. Normal GFR is approximately 100, but you will often see it reported as less than, more than 90, or more than 60. The normal range of kidney glomerular filtration rate is 100 to 130 millimeters per minute in men and 90 to 120 millimeters per minute in women below the age of 40. Next. Oh, tapos na pala tayo, you guys. Down to our short quiz. Ready na ba kayo? Ito na tayo, ha? I'm gonna give you 10 items and 5 minutes to answer them all. Afterwards, we're gonna have rationalization. Good luck, you guys. Alright, you guys, how was the quiz? Let me know how hard it is for you, okay? Is it mild, moderate, severe? Ganun na talaga. Easy, medium. Basta kung gano'ng kahirap, sabihin mo sa akin, ha? Now, let's answer these questions. Number 1, the nurse is preparing to administer remdesivir for the first time. Which laboratory clearance should the nurse secure first prior of starting the therapy? What is the answer to this, nurses? The answer is letter D. Creatinine clearance calculated and liver enzymes. Prior of administration secured required laboratories. All patients must have creatinine clearance calculated and liver enzymes obtained before initiation of therapy. Number 2, a senior nurse is observing a newly hired nurse in preparation of initial dose of remdesivir. The senior nurse will intervene if the new nurse is... So, ano hinahanap dito? Wrong statement. What is the answer? Answer is letter A. Preparing to administer 400 mg IV once. Bakit? Kasi nga ang initial dose natin ng COVID-19 is ilan? 200 mg IV once followed by 100 mg IV Q 24 hours for 5 days. Remember? So mali ito.
Shoota ka, pinatay mo na yung liver ng pasyente mo, pating kidney.
Next, number 3. True or false? Remdesivir is an investigational agent, meaning not FDA approved, that it has been authorized for use in the US by FDA under an emergency use authorization for treatment of suspected or laboratory confirmed SARS-CoV-2 infection in adults and children hospitalized with severe diseases. What is the answer, nurses? True. Alright. Mali ako. Dapat 4 to, ha. Sorry, typo. Number 4. All of the following are adverse effect of remdesivir except. What is the answer? Letter D. Alopecia. You guys, all of these are adverse effects. Hypotension, nausea and vomiting, diaphoresis. Naalala mo yung infusion reaction natin. Ito yun sila. Number 5. The nurse is monitoring the patient who is on his 3rd day of remdesivir therapy. During rounds, he noticed that the patient is having low blood pressure, nausea, vomiting, sweating, and shivering. The next action of the nurse should be, what is the answer? That is letter B. Discontinue administration immediately and contact physician. Kasi ito ay infusion reaction. Number 6. The nurse was able to successfully administer the 2nd dose of remdesivir to a patient who is being treated for COVID-19. The nurse's next action is, what is the answer to this, nurses? Help me out. There is letter A. With at least 30 ml of normal saline after remdesivir administration is complete. Remember, you guys, you need to flush the line with at least 30 ml of normal saline after remdesivir administration is complete. Now, number 7, true or false? Remdesivir should not be initiated in patients with ALT more than 5 times the upper limit of normal at baseline. What is the answer? Is it true or false? The answer is true. Perfect. Next, number 8. The nurse will discontinue remdesivir therapy if... What is the answer to this question, nurses? All of the above. These choices will really prompt the nurse to discontinue the medication and call the doctor. Next, number 9. In monitoring a patient who is receiving remdesivir, the nurse will understand that there is no need to contact the physician if patient is... Ibig sabihin, ano to? Positive statement to. So, number 9, sagot, letter C. If GFR, estimated glomerular filtration rate, is more than what? 30 ml per minute. Bakit? Normal to eh. Bakit may kukontak ang physician mo? Meaning, nagre-respond ng maayos ang pasyente mo sa therapy. Next, number 10. True or false? Remdesivir interferes with the action of viral polyproteins, causing a decrease in viral production. What is the answer? False. Why? Kasi ano yung nag-interfere siya sa action ng ating hindi polyproteins kundi ng ating, naalala mo ba to? RNA-dependent RNA polymerase. Right. Remdesivir interferes with the action of viral RNA-dependent RNA polymerase and evades proofreading by viral exoribonuclease, causing a decrease in viral RNA production. Yes, tapos na nga tayo, you guys. Once again, thank you so much po sa pakikinig at sa panonood. I hope you guys learned something. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more nursing educational contents and videos, okay? So if you haven't watched the previous series, the previous videos I created for COVID-19, I suggest that you check that out, baby, okay? I'll see you again next time. Thank you so much, you guys, for watching.
hope you enjoyed this one. Help me grow my channel. You're already here. Might as well subscribe, baby. Hashtag Team Kuto. Give this video a big thumbs up and share with your friends. Let me know what you guys think. You put them down in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to check out the other playlists I created for you by putting the links on the description box, or simply click this icon button right here. Let's connect. Follow me on all my other social media accounts. Everything is at Neil Gavi. I'll see you again, baby.